What's good, sports gamers? And we got a whole batch of Madden 19 and Madden 20 screenshots to go through to see just how much Madden 20 improved graphically. So alright, let's get it. First off, we got Cam Newton, and you will notice what will be a running theme for a majority of the screenshots is the lighting being totally different, causing the Madden 19 shots to look way darker, despite both taking place in the same stadium at the same time of day and generally the same part of the field. So it's definitely a thing. As here, it causes the white jersey to pop more in Madden 20, while also the shoulder pad indents aren't as noticeable in Madden 20 though. Facially, Cam appears to look the same. The most noticeable thing about the two shots other than the lighting is the new NFL logo this year on each player's collar. Now we got the, I hope, future $50 million a year QB, Dak Prescott, and he's received what I like to call the established NFL player face scan. Usually when you're drafted low, you get a generic scan, then you get a big improvement one once you make a little bit of noise. Then the final one that gets changed subtly thereafter, and I feel Dak has reached his final level. Besides the scan looking better, he has a beard now, and his skin tone looks better in 20 as well. What are your guys' expectations for Dak this year? Do you feel he's better than Wentz? Is he a top 15 QB, top 10? Let me know your thoughts down below. Now speaking of, next up is Carson Wentz, and I'll be honest here people, I like his Madden 19 face scan way better. For one, I think his 21 is way too pale, or am I the only one who is seeing that? His face in 20 does look like him, but I would have stayed with 19 if given a chance. You can also see his captain patch gets another gold star in 20. I think Wentz is set up for a huge bounce back year. What's funny is he didn't even play that bad last year. With DJ and Miles Sanders on the team and an improved Goddard and him being healthier, everything is set up for him. Now here's Jared Goff. Goff always has a doofy kind of look to him, but I felt 19 went overboard with it in a way. So he got a huge upgrade as far as likenesses go for players. Probably one of the best upgrades we will go over in this video. Man, the Rams really do have one of the best color schemes in the league. These unis take me back to the Kurt Warner, Hakeem team, you know? Next is Alvin Kamara, and because of the lighting here, I mean the dude is a dark skinned brother, but this is a 1 PM game here on the left. Facially, not much appears to have changed, and you see what I mean by the indents on the shoulder pads not being as obvious in 20. He's bringing back the nose ring and the arm tape that got updated into the last year's game as well. Here's Rams receiver Brandon Cooks, who still is only 25 for some reason. He has slight changes like his shoulder pads aren't protruding out his jersey as much in Madden 20, and he's also rocking a different helmet here as well. But facially, not much has changed. He has a decent enough scan. Now for Alshon Jeffery, and he's another one who I prefer his 19 screenshot over his 21. What do you guys think? Also, his jersey on the right looks a bit painted on here. Here's Amari Cooper in his Raiders uni in Madden 19, and look how jacked he looks here. For real though, Amari, why does he look like Terry Crews? He definitely looks a bit more realistic and accurate in his Madden 20 screen grab though. He's another one as far as real life expectations go where I'm not too sure he's really that good. You know, since you play for the Cowboys, he's going to get that extra push, even though he probably doesn't deserve the hype. He disappears way too much to be considered an upper echelon receiver, at least in my opinion. Next is Drew Brees, who receives the award for creepiest eyes ever in his Madden 20 screenshot. It's made even worse by the fact his helmet is exposing more of his face now. Why does his eyes look so dead? 19 Brees is fine. Next is Tyreek Hill, and I have no idea who that man is on the right. Because even though he's wearing number 10 and plays for the Chiefs, I'm sure that's not Hill. What's up with that mustache? 19 is pretty good. I don't know, maybe it's the mustache that's throwing me off in the Madden 21 though. For Odell Beckham Jr., aside from the lighting and arm sleeve, bro looks untouched. The Baker Mayfield to Odell connection has the potential to be magical, or blow up in everybody's faces. There's no in between. As for Julio Jones, I still love that you can see the opening in the top of the dome in both of his helmets. The different lighting in the games actually did the red on his jersey a disservice as it pops way more in 19. And his jersey in general in 20 looks painted on here as well, way too smooth. Next is Zeke Elliott. Hey, do any of you guys think Zeke is actually going to hold out into the season? I hope so, but it's interesting what the running back market is going to shift to in the next few years, I'll just say that. Here we got identical Luke Kuechly. Luke has been on point for a while now, so I never had to worry about him. A few months ago, I actually remember I always had to have him on my team just because of how young he was and he was already highly rated. And I was controlling my outside linebacker a lot back then. It was good times watching him cause havoc everywhere. Next is DeSean Jackson, who's back in Eagle Green. Bro, I'm so excited. I was shocked at Madden when we just released him, then he ended up making a bunch of plays versus us with the skin, so it had us looking kind of stupid. But anyway, forget that. Now he's back and ready to catch some Wentz bombs this season. Wentz during his MVP season had Torrey Smith as a deep threat, and he fell off hard before he came here. But D-Jack is still one of the best deep threats in the league, so it's going to be fun. Regarding his face scan though, I never liked how D-Jack looked in Madden. It's like I always feel they could get better, but they settled instead of improving his face. His face could get better, and they're missing his beard as well. There is room for improvement with him. Here's one of the best defensive players in the league and a member of the 99 Club, Aaron Donald. His face scan was on point in Madden 19, so not much was there to improve on drastically. He's rocking the same equipment, and here's a good angle of how much better you can see the pads underneath his jersey in 19. I'm most interested in the impact Donald will make in the Madden world this year, because I remember in the beta he was pretty much unblockable, sacking you back to back to back to back plays. You couldn't do no wrong, which is how it should be with him, because that's how he is in real life. Will EA allow him to just cause damage to a high degree all year? We'll see. Baker Mayfield gets a facial hair update, even though now he's rocking just a mustache. Look at the jersey comparison and how many more wrinkles and such are in 19. What are you guys' expectations for Baker Mayfield and the Browns this year? You think they'll be able to match the hype they're getting, or will Baker take a step back and thus the Browns won't be much of anything? They got too many weapons on offense and defense to not make noise this year, but you really never know, especially with a team that has never done it before. Next is Matt Ryan, and I love the improvement they have made to his face. Now Mike Thomas is another one who I felt had a nice upgrade into Madden 20. Here's my boy Nelson Agholor, and I like how he looks in both games. His face is smoother in 20, but I can't decide which is better. I'm going to be sad when the Eagles let him go next year. I liked watching him turn himself into a legit slot receiver after wanting him to be cut early on. Now for Byron Jones, who looks to have gotten his own face scan and equipment update. He had a pretty generic face last Madden, so it's good to see he's gotten some attention here. What are you guys' opinion on Byron Jones? I believe he's a good corner, but he gets like no turnovers. If you can't generate turnovers, how valuable are you? Even when people were hyping up Namdi back in the day, he still put up an 8-pick season. Byron Jones has 2 picks in his whole career so far? I mean, how scared can you be of a guy who all he's going to do is hit SWAT on you, Next is Travis Kelce, and actually, yeah, he wins. That looks real. Look how much different the sun looks in his face. Both of these are 1 p.m. games in the same part of the field. It's crazy the difference. But yeah, wow. Kelce and Goff are my 2 most improved face scans. Where would you guys rank Kelce among him, Ertz, and Kittle? I would say 1, but I'm interested in your guys' opinion. Now here's Christian McCaffrey in 19 and 20. I didn't think this dude was going to be this good, man. He has a serious shot of being a 1,000 guy eventually. I know he balled in college, but he turned it on last season. I laughed when Carolina picked him so high. Now because of him dominating last year, he gets a better face scan for his troubles. And he's rocking a new helmet this year as well. Now here's Todd Gurley, and he's another one who I prefer his Madden 19 screenshot. It looks way more realistic to me. Only in helmet though, because when you go to edit his player in 19, it doesn't look as much like him. It's weird. You also see he's only 1 year from getting a fully gold patch, as his little stars are all filled up now. But let's talk about Gurley for a second. Do you think he's on the downturn of his career as much as I've been reading? He's only 24. The playoff shenanigans last year wasn't a good look. It will suck if it is, as we lose one of the best backs in the game. It will probably affect running back contracts negatively as well. And lastly, we got the cover boy Pat Mahomes, who of course gets the cover boy updated face scan. And you can now see he has much more detail on his face now, where before he was looking like a random light-skinned dude. Do you approve of his update? Let me know in the comments down below. And what are your expectations for Pat Mahomes this season? Another 50 touchdown season? 5,000 yards? Throw passes with his feet? Okay, I kid. He won't throw for 50 TDs. But yeah, what do you guys think of the comparisons? Did Madden 20 make the upgrade you had hoped, or did you prefer more of the Madden 19 screenshot? Let me know in the comments down below. I feel there are some guys who obviously got some love, like Byron Jones, Mahomes, Thomas, Kelce, and Goff, while others I was pretty back and forth on which ones I liked better. But yeah, what do you think? And stay tuned in Sports Gamers Online for more Madden 20 content. So make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And once you're with us, hit that bell icon at the bottom so you don't miss anything we put out. I'm Chris. Thank you all for watching, and be good, y'all.